Hi everyone, this is Daylene Barton with naturalfertilityinfo.com. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a warming abdomen pack. You can use this pack for other things as well, but I know that many of you use castor oil packs for fertility, and we recommend a hot water bottle or a heating pad, but did you know that you can also make your own natural pack out of grains, or sometimes flax seeds, barley, rice, or millet. It's going to look like this. This is one that's already made, and it's very simple to make. You just heat it up in your oven or microwave, and then you can place it on your abdomen to relieve menstrual cramps, to promote circulation and healing. You can use it for other parts of your body. You can also freeze it and use it as an ice pack. So I'm going to show you how to make one today. It's a great gift for other people. It's a great gift to yourself. I definitely recommend having a pack like this in your home at all times for all sorts of healing purposes. So let's get started. So first off, you are going to want to have sewing materials together. So you're going to want scissors, a sewing machine, or a needle and a thread. You're going to want some type of fabric that is made from natural fibers. So this is linen. I also have cotton here. This one's also made out of cotton. Silk may burn at higher temperatures, so something to think about, or some kind of hemp. You will also need pins, and I have this old shirt of my son's that he grew out of, and he was very sad, and he loves warming packs. So you can reuse old clothes. This is an old skirt, an old linen skirt that has a couple stains on it and the elastic's worn out. So you can find things reusable at home. Be sure if you use conventional, commercial laundry detergents that you wash it and rinse it in just plain cold water to try to get that out. Maybe wash it in some baking soda and vinegar. Those laundry detergents that are like Tide or any of those name brands, you can actually, they may be flammable, so something to think about. I forgot to mention that you will also need some sort of grain, and this is short grain brown rice. I prefer rice or barley. It's a little more hardy, it doesn't burn as easily, but flax is also very nice, and millet. Because flax and millet are smaller, they may burn easier, so you have to be careful that you time heating them up just right. So the first thing we're just going to want to do is just go along, since I already have this shirt ready, is pin. Don't forget to pin all sides, because I don't need to pin this, it's not pinned, but this side is all the way pinned, but you also need to leave an opening to pour the rice into. Now, I'm not a real perfectionist with this, because it doesn't need to look fancy, but you can make it as fancy as you want to. So when I do things where I'm cutting up old clothes for packs like this, I just look at how much fabric I have and I just start cutting. If you're using old clothes, that's something that you can do. If you're not, you can definitely purchase brand new fabric, but I suggest reusing fabric because you're just going to be heating this up repeatedly. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to make it big enough so that it's going to cover your entire abdomen. Some people like to make very long skinny ones that you can wrap all the way around towards your back, or that's more like a scarf, like a neck warmer type of situation. So I have this, and this is the inside, so I'm going to put both the good side of the fabric in, because when I flip it around like a pillow, we want the good side to be facing out. So I have one seam and I'm just going to line up the edges. You may want to iron if you're a total perfectionist. And then I'm going to pin all the sides, and of course I'm going to leave one spot open so that I can pour the rice in. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm done pinning, and I'm going to sew them up. I like to put the sewing machine on the zigzag setting first and go around and sew twice. And I will show you that in detail. The reason I like to do that is so that the material doesn't fray and you're less likely to get a hole where the grain can leak out. You can also add herbs if you would like. Eucalyptus is nice, lavender, chamomile. I prefer not to add herbs because they tend to burn easily. Eucalyptus leaves are nice, they're a little more hardy, or vanilla beans are a good one, but I prefer just to have the plain grain. I think it smells like warmed up bread and holds the heat well and doesn't get bad and smell. I feel like herbal packs over time, if you're using them for years and you're reheating them, they tend to smell old after a couple of years. I guess you could just make a new one, but if you want it to last long, I prefer to put essential oils on my skin and then put a towel down and then put the abdomen pack on for if I want a smell or a healing benefit from an herb. But it's really up to you. Add whatever you think you would like. You can also do blends of grains. So I am going to get sewing on this. Move my pedal. Okay, now that I'm done stitching the first part, I just wanted to show you what I did, and I just hurried right through it. If you're wanting to make this as a gift for somebody, I definitely recommend taking some more time. I just blew through it and didn't sew very well, but as you can see, I have the zigzag stitch to help from fraying, and then I have just the straight stitch on the inside so that when I turn it inside out, you have that nice straight line. And actually that's the seam over there, so it's already stitched. Now to make the corners a little more even and nice when you tuck them in, when you turn it inside out, I am just going to cut diagonally the fabric away. You can also trim the fabric a little closer. I'm not going to this time. And then you're going to turn it inside out. And then you have a good, nice corner. Now, if you are going to add herbs that could become dusty at all, or you are going to, say any sort of lavender, chamomile, any of those types of herbs that could be dusty over time, you might want to do 2 layers. So you would do an inner pocket and then an outer covering, so that if the dust gets through the first layer, it's just going to stay inside a thicker outer layer. So it could be something like this linen inside, and then you could put a more durable fabric on the outside if you're going to add herbs. Alright, so now we are ready to fill, and you just want to make sure there's no holes. And then we will fill it with rice. Okay, so we have them all sewn, and we're just gonna fill them up with rice. And you're not gonna want to fill it all the way, so you're gonna want to have a measuring cup. Looks like this half cup will do. So you're going to want to fill it, I would probably say a third of the way full. Okay, so we've got it filled up, about halfway full. And next we're going to need to tuck in and pin our hole. So you're just going to fold the edges down. And then you're going to go along and you're going to pin it in preparation for stitching it on the sewing machine. This may even be a great project to do with a niece or a nephew or somebody who's a beginner sewer. If you don't know how to sew very well, most of us don't. I know that I don't. Alright, we have it all stitched up, and I'm going to just do a top stitch and I'll be done. You're just going to do a simple straight stitch on your sewing machine across the top, probably about 1/4 of an inch to 1/8 of an inch from the edge. Go a little bit past where the hole ends. Don't forget to backstitch. And we are pretty much done. You could also stitch in the top if you would like. So, you know, you would stitch along this edge if you want a smoother seam or if you're giving it as a gift. This one was a gift for me, and this person stitched very close to the edge right there, and you can hardly even tell. And there you have your warming pack, or you can freeze it for ice. And I'm going to show you what to do to warm it up. To heat up your warming abdomen pack, it's pretty simple. You're going to want to get some sort of glass baking dish. You could even use a oven-safe plate that's also microwave safe. So you're just going to want to even out the grain. And it's very simple. You just place it in the dish. You preheat your oven for 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And once it's warm, put it in. You bake it for 15 minutes. And when you take it out, use pot holders. Fill the pack. If it feels, it's going to not feel as hot as it really is until you get it on your skin. Remember, the skin on your abdomen is much more sensitive. I like to wrap it in an old towel. If you are going to do a castor oil pack, you would do it just like shown on the video or with the instructions. But instead of using a hot water bottle or a electric heating pad, you would just place this on your abdomen instead. Be sure that there's that plastic layer so that you don't get any oil on this. And that's another good reason just to either make yourself a sleeve for this, or you can just put an old towel like I do around it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you all go out and try to make your own warming abdomen pack. Again, it's great for PMS, menstrual cramps, any aches and pains you're feeling in that area, even in your lower back, anywhere on your body really. Promotes circulation, brings in nice fresh oxygenated blood, soothes and relaxes the muscles. If you add healing herbs, you're also going to get benefits from those herbs as well through aromatherapy. Let us know if you try it out. Have a wonderful day.